I think this is the part of the assignment. So this is the assignment. This is the exercise. Hope you're connected and see what I'm doing. So this is like the exercise I was giving. See, there are two exercises or assignments, right? This is the first one. There were two assignments that were given now. Okay, the first one is in the other document. Let me see if I can move it up. So this is the first assignment that was given. And all of these things, like you said, it's pretty easy, right? This is the first assignment that was given. We have like two assignments. The first one is design a prompt that changes blah blah blah. You say pick the model platform, Gemini, Grok, or Google Colab. Make the model act like a motivational coach and this and that. And I used Gemini. I used Google Gemini to do that. I created that gem with Google Gemini. And it was pretty not so difficult for me. So you can see it here. This is the gem motivation for math struggles. So if you want, I can still share it with you to interact with it. This is an example of an interaction I was doing with it. I just came up with something. I said, how well do you know circle theorems? And you can see what it's saying. Went ahead to start, wrapping for us. Circle theorems is da 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 da. You can see even the way it is giving those message because of the instructions we give to it in the prompt that it should try to motivate us and encourage us, right? I'm so glad you reached out. It's completely normal to feel a bit of tension when looking at a page full of geometric shapes and lines. Circles can feel like a maze, but together we are going to navigate them one path at a time. So you can see how it's even communicating with me so that I don't have anything to fear. Then I all pulled up one of my favorite questions here. I just took a snapshot of it. I added it. This is like when you're solving circle theorem. This is like what you call an advanced one because it has 4 sides, more than 4 sides. If you're counting, you see one. We can solve for this, 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 solve for this. It just depends on the wickedness of the person. So here they just focused on 5 sides, right? A, P, S, R, Q. There's a rule that will name every point this week. They'll name here this point here. They'll still name this point here. They'll still, since here is 78 degrees, here too is 78 degrees. You see here is Y. They'll still ask you to solve for this inside one here. They might still ask you to solve for this angle here, solve for this angle here. So it just depends, right? But this one says, what are the value of angle Y include your method. So we want to solve this here. So you can see, I just told it, I don't really understand this. Could you explain and also help solve it? Thanks. And you can see the approach it took. It's completely normal, blah, blah, blah. It's trying to encourage me. Now it's giving me a step-by-step guide so that, I'll be encouraged and even want to solve mathematics more often. You can see everything and how it was saying it. You say hunt for the bow tie pattern, zoom on the triangle, blah, blah, blah. And then it also solve for it. And at the end, value of y is 45 degrees. Right? If you go through, what did the assignment ask you to do? See what it says. Provide the model with math question. Submit your design system prompt and your first 5 interactions with the model. Me, I did not do up to first 5 interactions, just 2 interactions. So we want to do so much interaction. I think the most important thing is the prompts that I used to make it to do this thing. And even for the prompts, if I click on I cannot edit. Okay, I think it is here. I'll use and click edit. Yes. For the prompt now here, if I show you how I did this, it was not even so that when I was creating it, I typed this motivation for math struggle. That was the name I gave to it. Then for the instructions, right? I just kind of like imputed majority of the information from what was asked here. You can see like I did something like this, copying the whole thing like this. I copied the whole thing like this, right? Then, of course, this does not belong here. I deleted this part. I deleted this part, made a little modification. Then when I did that, I now click here. This Google Gemini button. See it will come up. Use Gemini to rewrite instructions. I click on it. Gemini now help me to organize all this big grammar. Act as an empathetic and inspiring motivational math coach. If I don't like all this, I don't like so much of sympathy. So I just left it, but that's what the project asks for. But me personally, I like straightforward people. If it's my own, I'll remove all this empathetic and I put something like rigid or strict. So that was really how I didn't have to come and start cracking my brain trying to think of how to type all these prompts. I gave you the instruction, it helped me to even generate the prompt. And I just pasted it in documents. Let me see if I can pull out my assignments. The document. So yes, what I'm saying is all of these things, I copied it and pasted as this thing. Then for the second one, you can see very well that, hey, this one is not really something that, okay, you'll be able to submit. This is not really something you'll be able to submit. You can see how I did it here. Apply learning assignment 1. And I target design system prompts. And this is all the prompts. I also organized it. Then another header, interaction with model. How well do you know circle theorem? This was my interaction with the model. The second one was where I added this picture and said, I don't really understand that. Then you see another place, assignment 2. So this is where I'll post assignment 2. That is if it's something I have done or I was working on, right? But I did not yet. So all I did was copy here, click on share, copy, and just submit the assignment and move into week 8. It's not like it's being looked at that much. But this is a week 8 assignment that out of week 7 assignment that majority of you say you're having a little challenge or issue with. So we'll just be looking at it. So you can see it says using the n8n workflow builder, build a RAG powered agent that answers questions about think starts. So first of all, did they provide this book for you? Did they say that? Okay. So let's see if we'll download it. Probability and this one should download it directly for me. No, no. See what it says now. See what it says here. Using the n8n workflow, build a rack-powered agent that answers questions about the book. Take stats. Store the Google Drive. The book is not in your Google Drive now. So you have to first of all get the book and put it in your Google Drive. Not so. So the tax, you can see the tax. Ask the model, why did the author write the book? Response must align with what's captured in the preface of the book. Use an embedded model with dense embeddings, greater than 1,000 embeddings for document indexing. So all of these things now, is it possible for you to submit it? This assignment I'm asking now is not something you can submit. It's something for you to do. You cannot submit it there. So if you have gone through it, you know that okay, this one will be something where I fit. So let's just look for somewhere to download the book for free. 113.2 megabytes. Exploratory data analysis in Python. Maybe small thing. It's fine. Let's download it. We downloaded it. I downloaded Langflow yesterday. We need to go back and download my Langflow. One second. All right. So we've downloaded this book. So I think another thing we may want to do is going into our Google Drive. Oh my God. Should we look at documents? Let me just paste this here. So go through that process. Let me just do this. So I've uploaded this. Next thing we want to do is actually creating an account on what? On n8n. So if you don't have an account on n8n, you have to really come here and create an account. Type go on n8n and type n8n on Google. And type n8n on Google. This is it. n8n workflow automation. And go into it, log in, and all of that stuff. Sign in. Yeah. A click on go to instance and all of that. So you can see that okay, I have this here now. When you come to something like this is usually going to be like how you will see it and all of that stuff. This is the one that I was kind of like practicing with. This was what I was kind of like practicing with back then, right? So if we were to start something like that, right? Pretty cool, pretty easy. You know you want to do. First of all, once you're on your home page, you're coming here. You're coming here. When you click here, you see workflow. You put it on personal. You are starting new workflow. Then once you have your workflow like this, let me put the task or project that we have at hand. Let me put it by the side so that I'll be consulting. I'll be consulting it as per what we want to work on. I don't know why I'm nervous for this thing I want to do. Afraid it's catching me. So a RAG powered agent that answers questions about the book, right? So we've downloaded the book, we've stored it in our Google Drive, which is the first key thing to do. This is what I'm just trying to do is something like off the top. I think if possible, self, you can, if you even prompt your generative AI on this task that, hey, how can I do this? It will still guide you very well on how to go about it. But let's just leverage on the confidence that you people have on me that I know all these things. You're laughing at me. Let's leverage on it and attempt it. So, there was a certain time when I was talking to us about even agentic. n8n is even where your agentic starts from. You see, so first of all, you think around it's a workflow. What's a workflow? How does a workflow operate? That is one thing you first of all think about. You're trying, first thing, we've stored the stuff in our drive, right? Now we want people to go into we want like AI to go into the drive and answer questions about a book. Oh, God. I wasn't present for my voice much. So, you want to do, say when clicking, right? You know what? Let me just start from there first. Let me present. Oh no, no, this second one. We were doing n8n.io. So let me like start from the. Let's just try this. We're signing in. So you have to create an account. Even though the account appears to be stressful, just follow it and just continue with the account creation. You'll be fine. You can see what we're talking about. So we're coming here, workflow, personal. Now we're here. So it's telling you here, giving you two options. Build with AI. What this one simply means is if you choose to just type a prompt, right? So if you click on this method here, it's a faster approach for you. You just paste all the information here, and it will just create the entire workflow for you. This build with AI now, this one here, this second option here. Are you not seeing my mouse? Okay. This build with AI here. Yeah, so if you just paste all the prompt here, will do it. But because you want to learn, just like when you want to learn car, you advise you to learn manual first. So that is where this one comes in. So when we click on this, add first step. What's the first step? What's the first step? You can see this is all the possible first step of things that will go on, like a trigger manually, an in-app event, do you want to schedule, webhook call, blah, 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 on chat message. I think we can try this. Let's start with this. We can just close this. So on chats, meaning when somebody wants to converse, let's say we put on plus, then what other thing, we want to add another trigger. What trigger do we want to add? Let's look at this assignment again. Answers questions about the book that starts store think start stored in Google Drive. Okay, since something that will ask questions about the book. Okay, so let's say we want to add, like Google Drive, because the book is in our Google Drive, right? So Google Drive, click on Google Drive. What action do we want to do? Download, Abby. You should download the file. So the moment you choose the Google file, you have to now grant access for n8n to have access to your Google Drive. n8n should have access to your Google Drive to do all these things you say you want to do. Resource type is file, which, so you can see, because I've already connected it to my folder, you can see all of this. Wait, let me see something. File folder. Uh, my file. What is the name of that file again? Think stats. I mean, think stats too. Or let's see. Think stats two. What is going on with the guy now? Wait, let me just use file first. This one I want the one. Our operation is download, not upload. From wait, okay, this one is blocking me. So I think this is even something we can even do by URL here, sef, from list or by URL. Where if you even click this by URL, all you have to do is copy the link of this document and it will do exactly just that, right? So let's say from list, when we click on the from list, all this list will pop up of all the documents there. So I'm using search and I've searched for this. Think start to, you know, this is the document we downloaded, right? So we put that. What is in options? No, we don't need options. See, we're making progress, right? And next thing we want you to do, right, from the assignment, what did he say? It, RAG powered agent that answers questions about the book. Okay, so we've connected, we have downloaded the book, we've put it in our drive, we've activated chat, connected it to the drive. So of course, you know, we need an AI model. It's an AI model that will help in answering all of those books and all of those things, right? Um, so let's say we want to, next trigger action is, let's say super base. We want to use super base vector store. Get random document, add documents to vector store. Because of this instruction that they gave here, they said, okay, they didn't even say anything about vector. Thinking about what approach would be best for us here now. Whether we should just use Hugging Face directly, since it's talking about embedding. I'm trying to reduce workflow for as much as possible for us. Let me say Hugging Face. Hugging Face interface model. But let me just put this thing. Let me just put AI agent. Let's just use AI agent. So when we have our AI agent, we will choose what model do we want. There are various models here. You can use OpenAI, we have free credits. You can see that for Anthropic, we have free credits. No, I mean, what model should we use now? Maybe let's just use ChatGPT. Okay. What memory? We need a memory. So you see that another thing you have to notice, anything you're even choosing, you see how it's appearing as if all of this is straightforward because I've already connected. So let's say we want to connect the two. Let's say we want to use the super base here now. Super base vector store. Okay. Retrieve documents as tool for AI agents. Yes. You have to come here and create a Superbase account because I've already created the Superbase account and added the credentials. That's why you see that it's as if it's this straightforward, right? But if you don't have a Superbase account, you see what it says here. Get a feel of vectors. It's okay. No, if you click on create new credential, this will, because if you've not had an account, you've not added all these credentials, right? Credential is like that connection, the access. If I don't have the credential, you see what what is going. I need to add all these things, right? Now, need help filling out these fields? You can click on read our docs. When you go to read our docs, it's giving you documents on how to fill all of those things. And if you just come here, one thing you see, the prerequisite is create a Superbase account. Now, if you click here, you immediately create a Superbase account. And once you create your Superbase account, all of those information you need to fill in here, you will get it from there. Once you create your Superbase account, you go to API keys. Like, let me log into my own now so that you can see what I'm talking about. Joshua, please come and take pictures. Let me log in. Eh? Okay, yes, yes. Please, can somebody help me drop the attendance? Let someone copy attendance link from the group and also paste in the group again. Also paste it on this call for people to fill the attendance. So you can see now, this is my Superbase. This is my Superbase. What did I do again, sir? I created this. You ask you, okay, what is that? This is it. You use my email in gmail.com project, right? So once you create your Superbase account and set this up, you see this. Now, this thing that you can see here, you can, if you click on this drop down, you see that, okay, this is project URL. This is publishing, right? You copy your project URL. When you come back to N, your n8n, see the option there. Click the camera lens more. You see the option there, you paste. You can see the placeholder, your account.superbase.co. You just come here, you're copying your project URL. you paste it, here, your service role secret, your publishable key. Normally all this is secret key. So publishable key. They just replace the secret with publishable. But this is something private and personal. You copy it too, and you put here. Then once you do that, you click on save, and you see that it will like load. Once it establishes connection, it will tell you successful. Once you see the successful, you will now see something like this. Right? You can see my own, see what is showing here now. Connection tested successfully. You can see this is my host. VJ blah 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 XUU. If you come here, you see that same thing we're talking about. You can see it here. VJ blah 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 XXUU. That is the same thing that is here. This one is one that have timestamp. It's not more without timestamp. You can see this is the secret is this one, just like I showed you. Now, once you do that, and I see a lot of you are complaining you're having issues with credentials, that's why I'm saying that it's not anyhow, sha. As I'm trying this, I hope you're also trying it. I can also help you out here. So once you just do that, you just connect it. Shikina. The next thing is, okay, what guidance are you giving to it? The operation mode, what operation mode do we want? Retrieve document as tool for AI agents. Yes, that is what we want to use it for. If otherwise, you have different other things. But this is what we want to use. So we have our super base. It is showing error. What is the error for? Parameter decision required. Parameter table name is required. No node document required. Okay. We need to include like a table name. So let it add to the list documents. You see, when you come to your super base, when you create that, if you scroll down, it's like a kind of database, right? So it will be even storing things for you here. Things will be stored here. Where is that thing now? So we want it to store. This description is also required. What do you want it to do? What these people say make we do for here? Answer questions about the good. Think stats. Store the Google Drive. So sometimes to be sure that this your thing is working, okay, now let's provide a query. Well, I just want to test this. God, I beg, let this thing work. You say an embedding sub node must be connected. So maybe what I is trying to talk about, we have not included embedding. That is what we need Hugging Face for. let's connect an embedding subnode, and we said it is what Supabase we are going to use. So our embedding soft node is here. I say Supabase, Hugging Face, Hugging Face. We use embedding Hugging Face. So you see the same thing for this Hugging Face too. You see all that same process I took. I already have an account. If you don't have an account, what you will see is create new credential, right? Now you need to follow the steps, create an account. You see the prerequisite is still, Hugging Face is just like the easiest and most straightforward, right? So all you just have to do is create an account and just copy your this thing. It's that easy and straightforward, right? Go Hugging Face. Once you enter the Hugging Face website, you create an account, right? Once you create an account, what is that thing again? You just come to API. There's the API section now. There's a place. There's a place. This is what? Oh God. I'm looking for. There's a place where you just. I think if you're signing up, it should be more straightforward for you. Read our docs. Because Hugging Face, all you just have to simply do is create an API key, paste your API key here. That's all. Shikina. You're not like doing, see what I'm looking for. Sometimes another is not even Hugging Face. To configure, you need a Hugging Face account and an API key. Hugging Face calls this area. Open your Hugging Face profile and go to the tokens section. Okay, so we need to go to token section. Please, if you see tokens, point it to me. Yeah, it's all these things hiding. Maybe it's me that did all this. You should not stress me. There's a token section. Nobody is seeing the tokens. The guide is here now. Open your Hugging Face profile. Go to the token section. Okay, profile. I was clicking the wrong place. Where is it token here now? New model, new space, new bucket. Access tokens. I don't know the password I chose here. So you see, it's saying I'm accessing a private space. Okay, I typed my power exactly. So it's access tokens. We are to click on our profile. When you click on access tokens, all you just have to do is create new token. When you click this create new token, just type the name you want to give your token. And just like that, to create the token. Very easy and straightforward. Right? You see the name I gave this token, HF. Then you created the token. Right? All I have to do is just copy the token, come to my n8n and paste it, right? Once you paste it and you click save, that is all. You can see my existing account. You can see the API key. Connection tested successfully. So that is just what the login phase will make you do, right? I think yeah, okay, that's all. So let's try and rerun this thing again. Let's try and rerun this thing again. You see, no more error. It will expected object received string. Oof. Is there something else we are supposed to do that we did not do? See, when chat receive was success, it downloaded the file successfully, or is having issue in this AI section now. So imagine if we click on the chat, we can type our chat here. Why did the author write the book? Response was aligned with what's captured in the preface of the book. So you see this one is successful. It's going to Google Drive successful. We go to the AI agents. OpenAI has done it successfully. It was successful. So you see, everywhere is green, green, green. Everything was actually successful. Right? So I think what we did not add is output. What we didn't add is output, like feedback that it will not give. Abi, is there a thing like what do we use for this now? Is it response?
Or maybe chat.
Okay, we don't need to. We don't need to. See the output here. I just even look at you can see the output it gave here. In the preface, the author says he wrote Think Start to give programmers a practical computational centered introduction to probability and statistics. Key points he emphasizes there: teach statistics by working with data and code using Python rather than by heavy formal mathematics. make blah 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 blah. You see, that is the output. And just like that, we've done our tasks or assignments, right? So now all this I've not done with 7 assignment. Now one question I'm asking people is, how do you want to take this and submit there? How do you want to do it? Do you want to be
I think
narrating?
you screenshot it. You just screenshot maybe what you did. I don't know if there's a share button as well.
Okay, our leader said screenshots. So maybe let me screenshot this. My point, what my own point is that it's the focus of this assignment is not really about assignment, but for you to actually do this. Remember, it's not as if
Yeah.
they're even it's not as if they're even grading itself. I think you are right, because when you look at the first part of the assignment, it's stated to submit. When you look at this thing, there are no not so I think you are right. Yeah, so the two as this is one document. Both assignments is in this document. See this one. Apply learning assignment one. This is where they said I should drop all the prompts. This is the prompts. Then you see apply learning assignment two. I did not wait to finish the assignment two before because imagine I just did this now. Thank God I did not fall my hands. Oh God, I've been thinking, God, my Father, help me. Thank God, my Lord really helped me. Did not put me to shame in the presence of my students. So that is that. So the main focus that you guys may say, you see, this is the output. So you can do this because we've uploaded if this the main this thing now is what am I even saying again? So this is really like everything. This everything we've been. Can you see the screen?
No, it's blue now.
I'm surprised that it is blue. Can you see it now?
Now I can see your screen. Yes, please.
You can see my screen.
Yes, please.
It's blue I'm seeing now. Let me check. Let me share. So I don't nothing can creating account cannot give you a problem. If you're experiencing problem from creating accounts, it simply means you're doing something wrong. You might be, it's possible you might be experiencing or encountering any other type of challenge, but it shouldn't be creating accounts, right? So this is, I imagine the session I held on Monday. Okay, somebody said he's having an issue. I say, all right, oh yeah, where's the issue? Let me guide you and assist you. And nobody that joined that call joined with laptop. So what was I supposed to be doing with my own? It's not me that is facing the issue, right? So anytime, that's why you're also supposed to come here. Like you're here now, you can start your process, and I'm here to guide you and help you scale through. So for any other person that have issues and challenges with this, I think in the week 7, this is like the most exciting part, trying to. But another thing, remember I showed you that first step. You don't have to necessarily um, do all this or nothing. I think if you type detail your prompts as given in that assignment and type it there, it is going to give you the same thing. But then AI cannot automatically connect Google Drive for you. You have to enter Google Drive, connect it, grant it access. You have to, um, if in n8n you receive free credit. Oh my God. You receive free credits on some AI agents. Like you see, we're using OpenAI that does ChatGPT. We use our free credit on OpenAI. There are also free credit on Google Gemini. So, but if you choose, I think they've also, it's possible they also made like provision for you to, if you want to connect to your personal, say you want to connect to your personal AI account, so that will be stored in your history for you. I think there should be provision for that. It's something we can also explore to find out, right? Somebody raised his hand. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, please. First of all, I apologize. I didn't join on time to see the whole process. So I have like three questions. The first one is whether the Gemini, whether you used an API for the Gemini, the Open AI, or it was one of the modules that were there, or whether you have to sign in.
So just like I was saying, some of these tools, right?
Yeah.
You can use, like, if I come to this AI agent now, let me give an example now. Let me just say I want to draw something else. AI agents. Just brought up AI agents. You see something now. Chat model. See all of them. You're seeing free credit, free credit. All these ones that do not necessarily have free credit, it's very possible that they will ask you to log into your own account.
Okay.
You see that setup credential,
Yeah.
because they are not giving you any free credit. So you need to own an account, because that account is where your own credit will be made visible. You need to
Okay.
own an account to do that. But for all these ones now, let me delete this. For all these ones that will give you free credits, like see this Anthropic. Now, Anthropic is another one we'll look at. You can see what is happening here. You have two options on this Anthropic. n8n Connect, no API key required. Now, is your n8n account has a $5 free Anthropic credit for free. If you finish your $5, you can see if I hover here, it's showing top up. You can top up more. But if you say no, you want to connect it to your own Anthropic account because maybe you have credits there, you can come here to set up credential and get that done. That is if that is what you want. But all these other ones like ChatGPT, you have like almost unlimited free credits. So as long as you have an n8n account and you're trying to do any workflow automation on n8n, you already have that with the chat
Okay.
agent. So you don't have to create any, but if you want, you can.
Okay.
Let me see
Um.
if one, you just have to choose the one. Let me try
mm,
this chat GPT. Where is that? AI. You can see uh anyway, $5 remaining. Wow. So that is it. All of them are giving $5 remaining. So yeah, that is that. We can go on with the other questions should you have.
Okay. So I think the second question was in relation to this setup. When I tried opening it the first time, he asked me for email, something like that, and it says office email. So I want to know if it is something that maybe we can use our
Just
personal
put your
emails.
person. Yes, now it's my personal email I'm using now. Normally, all these
Okay,
kind of
okay,
things they are like business to business solutions. But before a business will want to even use the solutions, first, individual guys learn them now.
Very
So you
true.
are an individual that is learning it. So it's still like why they are asking for most times why all these things were asking for business. It's just like when you want to do cloud, like you are working with cloud and all of those stuffs.
Mm,
What do you want to use cloud and do as an individual?
okay.
Eh, So if it's a website, you know that okay, or if it's a product or a startup, you know that yes, then they spend money for cloud credits and all of that, so that it would not be any cost of it. Okay, because all these big
Mm,
companies, if you're working with Google, a lot of times they would even provide you with all of these things.
actually.
They will be
Okay,
provided with.
please. My final question is not a question, it's a I want to ask for what do you call it? A request, actually, a favor. Whether I can just each module, maybe just click on it and show maybe what you just explain in maybe a line. This is what I did here, this is what I did here. Like the Google Drive, I know you uploaded the
I've,
folder.
I've, I've done that one. You that will go and
Okay,
figure that one by yourself.
no
And
problem.
we are so lucky that this call is also being recorded. So after every class, I always take out my time, download the recording, upload it on YouTube so that I can delete it from my drive folder because it's occupying space on my drive folder and send to you
Okay.
people. So you people don't used to like watching them. But if it's
Mm,
important to you, you can go back to it. Especially all of these things we said, it might sound a bit complicated, especially when you're trying to practice yourself. I might not necessarily be there all the time 247, maybe 2 a.m. or 3 p.m. But as long as say you have the recording, you can always go back to the recording and use it as a guide for whatever you want to do. So I don't know if there are any other questions from the others in the call so that we can quickly move into the other stuff we have for today. Um, Mrs. Richard, I think you are still the only geospatial scientist I'm seeing on this call. Eh? Where are your people? So I'll take the silence as there are no questions. So the person that wanted to give us a week, our week eight, what we're touching on week eight. Are you ready to do that now? Oh, I don't think there is any need since almost everybody is stuck on this week seven. I think we can shift that week eight to next week, right? So it's so exciting that short sprints don't finish like this. So after week eight, week nine, all good go. My short sprint people. So those of us that are behind, let's try. The beautiful nine mobile lady that is in week six. So let's try and catch up. Let's finish our short sprint. Let us now know that okay, full focus now is on long sprint. Although of course I will also be assisting and helping out with everything. So please, if you are here, guys, let us try and be taking attendance. I'm always getting reports of people that have submitted attendance. What I'm seeing is 20, 25. I will still repeat, if you don't fill your attendance and they don't graduate you, if you come and give me any complaint, I will not answer you. That I'm telling them, and my own, that is my own. I used to tell people they don't used to hear word. Nigerians don't used to hear word. It's what they want to do, they will do. Because at the end, all these things are manual. At the end, they'll be directing you to me when they know that all power belongs to them. They'll be directing you to me because they know that there's nothing they can do about it. And you tell them I directed you to them. You know that you don't have any help. So I'm telling you again now so that you guys are aware. Okay. So what I think we should move to other stuffs that we have on ground now. Um Bianca, I was asking about your people.
Okay,
Yes, now
sir.
in your site you have advantage. Probably say you have advantage. I've already mentioned all these things. So go to n8n now. Start creating an account. If you get if you get stuck anywhere, you draw my attention to it, you work on it. And those of you online too, if you are actually on a class virtually, this is a class. It's not a Netflix film. So you are not even necessarily supposed to be connecting with your phone, lying on your bed. I'm seeing a lot of you lying on your bed, and you say, "Yeah, Mary or Chaya, you have confessed." Lying on your bed, you say you're in class. You're supposed to be sitting up with your laptop connected. As you're seeing that, okay, your tutor or me are doing certain things, you are doing it too. Because one way or the other, when you're watching all these things, when you're watching somebody do something, it will always appear as though, oh, it's easy or you understand it. Ah, it's interesting, it's easy. Until you are asked to do it yourself or you do it. That is when you see that even the first thing that I did, you realize that you cannot even do the first thing. You see how all this thing looks as if I did it under 20 minutes, 15 minutes. You'll be spending 3 hours and you'll be struggling. But had it been you are seated up in a class, despite you're connecting virtually, you watch me do something, immediately you're doing it. As you are getting stuck, you are drawing my attention, I'm helping you out. It will be easier to stick, and that is the way you learn. Okay. So yes, I think I'm done talking. So Mrs. Richard, you can proceed. At least I've seen Mary. I know Mary is in the class. So what's up? Hit me with what you guys have been doing. I didn't see confidence. I don't know. Guys, you people need to check up on confidence and Alfred. I've not been seeing Alfred in class for some days now or weeks. Prof, what's up with Alfred? Hope he's okay. And he has
Okay,
not been.
sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, actually, I chatted him. I tagged him on the group like you instructed, and he replied to my chat and said, "Stop that!" He replied to my chat and said that he was writing exams. So that once he's done, he will get back to his learning track. So that was what he said.
Mm. All right, that's interesting. Okay, so sorry for taking your time, Mrs. Richard. You can proceed now, please.
Phew. Okay, sir.
So I'll stop sharing my screen now. Mrs. Richard, is there a problem? What's the hold up?
I'm having network issue. I don't know, network is very bad my side, but I'm trying.
But we're hearing you now.
Yes, I want to know how to create a new project.
Please, while we're waiting to start, when I tried the Google Cloud, what do you call it, sign up, console sign up, it's asking for payment. I want to confirm if we should put our card payment or if there's a way to
I
bypass
think
that.
I think I also touched on this on Monday. Who are who are those that were in that class on Monday, Seth? Can you repeat what I said on Monday?
Please, if you're in the class, help your brother out.
But if you're here, no, you don't need to impute any card. Just keep that page. Leave that your home page here that says add card details. Don't interact with it. Just go to the menu button, click on what you want to use. Is it API or whatever? Just click on that and use. Don't need to add, don't need cloud credits.
Okay, when I clicked on the API, create
All
API, it
these things
says
is
that,
easier if you are sharing your screen so that I will not be imagining.
okay,
I'll be
let me
seeing
sh-
and able to support you.
let me share my screen. 1 second. Please, can you see my screen?
Okay, so first of all, what do you need Google Cloud for?
I think we mentioned when you are doing the setup for n8n, which is here. Just un momento.
I'm not saying the place you're talking of. It's only Google Cloud page. I think you're
Okay, please
sharing
just give
only
me a
this
minute.
tab.
Yes, please. Share this tab instead. Okay, so when I want to create a new project, I click on projects.
No, workflow.
Okay, create a new workflow.
Yes, personal. Yes, now you see that project say pro, you are clicking on projects.
I wanted to do it the professional way.
Oh yeah,
So
now you add
that's as
you pay now. So that this is
perfect.
it now. This is what we are doing now.
Okay, so for Google Drive to a specific file, it's just to sign in. I don't need to now go and do the whole API. let me be working on it. Then if I have a question again, let me try and get to where you got to. Then I'll share again.
So who's the data? Is there any data analysis person here? Alpha Bianca, are you trying to connect on Google Chrome? Hear what I'm saying. So there is no data analysis person here. Okay, so I'll take the silence as no data analysis. So by God's grace, we've been able to support um, Gen AI and data analysis. So I think what's left now is geospatial. Mrs. Richard, what's still the challenge with geospatial? That's taking quite a while. And I've seen that there's a timer feature here. So I want to be using this timer. Maybe. Convert 20 minutes to seconds. 1,200. Okay.
Okay, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, please proceed. So I'm starting your timer of 20 minutes. You may also want to load the volume of your phone and keep your phone a little distance from you, because when you're connected, so that your voice will not echo. I have started your timer.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Bianca.
Okay, so last week we were talking about PG admin. and we were talking about PG admin. I think maybe I should start afresh with it. The PG admin, it's a post-due application that enables us to process our data and download it into or install it into our PostGIS. So, like I said last week, we are asked to use health facility data. We are asked to use health facility data for our analysis. So, but the first thing to do is when you've installed your PostGIS and PostAdmin, the first thing and first to do is to check if you have PostGIS, which is the most important thing, if it's been installed into your PostGIS or PG admin. So what I did was to sorry, I'm coming. To type or write down the steps involved so that Mary, did I send you this? Mary, Mary, did I send you this?
Chaya, if you are trying to speak, your mic is muted.
I don't know. Can she hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I said, did I send you the Microsoft, the steps?
Yes, you did. I have it.
Okay, so maybe you can do the same thing I'm doing. So the first thing to do is to, as
Okay.
you can see, create extension PostGIS and create extension topology. So you just copy it because I've already written down the scripts. I mean, is what they call it. It's written down already, so you don't just stress. You don't. Okay. So you write down your query. When you're done, you highlight it and then you run your script. So it's telling me here that
Bianca, please, I want to ask you a question.
okay, ma.
This, there are two query icon there.
Yes, ma.
Say query icon, the execution icon. Sorry. So, what's their difference?
This one is execute script. This one is execute query. I think they are the same thing. I do use the both of them anytime I
Okay,
want.
we can use the both of them, right? All right.
Yes, ma. Okay, so when you're done checking your PostGIS, if it's been downloaded, the next thing to do is to check the location of your PostGIS. So, but the most important thing is that if you're a new person, you have to do this process. But if you've been using PG admin like you don't have to go through this. You just have to start your query and do your assessment. But I'm just saying for the first timers that has not used PG admin first. So the first thing to do is to create your extension, know if you've downloaded it first, and then the next one is sorry if it has installed. So the next one is to know where your PostGIS is in your post admin. But you don't you just want to confirm. It's not like you're using it for any important thing. It's just for confirmation. So my own is still running. Okay, so it's telling me see where my PostGIS is extension PGSQL 150 and the rest of them. So the next thing to do is we want to start our query or the question we are asked. So creating a spatial data. So in our Excel file, we have our ID, we have our state voucher, we have our local government, we have our ward, we have facility name, we have latitude and longitude. Let me open it. Let me know if I can. So everybody will see it. I don't know, it's really taking time to open. Okay, so see it here. We have our ID, state, local government, ward, facility name, latitude, longitude, and then the geometry, which is here already. So when you arrange it the same way it is in our Excel, for example, the first thing we have here is our ID, which is the second thing. The first one is for we are telling the PG admin to create a table that has the name health facility. So the next one is the number 2, which is our number 1 here, which is our ID. The ID is like serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of them. Then the next one is our state, which is our B here, local government, which is our C, the ward, which is our D, facility, which is our E, latitude and longitude, which is our FG, and then the June. So remember that this file or this Excel CSV health facility, it has other columns. There are plenty of them, but we had to pick out the most important ones, the ones we need. Other ones were not important to us, so we had to just pick out the most important ones we need, and then we cleaned it. That's what we call metadata. In our past class, we were taught metadata and cleaning of data. So you clean your data so that when you process it, it's going to look unique. You understand? It's not going to look scattered. You won't see different things. You only see the most important ones which you need. So when you're done, you highlight and then you run. So it's telling us that query returned successful in 6.5 seconds. So we are done with our query. We want to see where and how this table looks like before we install or bring in our main data. So how to do that? You go to your schema, you click, you go to your public, you click. We have here, when you open your schema, you see public and topology. What we need is the public and not topology. You click on the public, you scroll down to your table. Remember, we said here, create table. So you go to your table, you click your table, you click your column, you click your table, you click your column. So this is the health facility we have here. And then the health facility, you will see your column. What is wrong with this? Where you see these integers. where you see the ID, the state, the local government, the World Health Facility, latitude, longitude, and June, which is exactly the same thing you did here by creating table. So after creating your table, the next thing to do is to view your table. So how you view it is you go to your health facility, you click on the health facility, you see view stroke edit data. So because I've done this before, that's why you're seeing data here. So just assume that you didn't see any data here. The only thing here is just how the data will look like, or what it will look like when you import your CSV file. So the first thing we have here is the ID, just like we did before, the state, local government, what facility name, latitude and longitude too. So the next thing to do is to import our data. So how to import our data is you go to your health facility, you go to your import and export, you go to where the data is. So see our data here, you click on it, you open it, and then you go to your option, you click on the header, your column, you make sure that the column has the exact way your data is and then the way your table is. So we have the same thing, ID, state, local governments, blah, blah, blah. When you're done with that, you okay it. Okay. So when you're done, this is the data that you have. These things, it brought in the data that you have. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, ma. I think I made a mistake to close my. Okay. Okay. So initially, before I did the running, there was a script. There was a script I executed. But before, when you import your data or bring in your data, this geometry will be open. It will be open. There won't be anything like this data or numbers here. The only thing you have is just your latitude that has coordinates and longitude that has coordinates, but the geometry will be free. So how to get these numbers, or converting these geometries is the conversion of latitude and longitude, just to bring the both of them as one. So that's your geometry. So how to bring it is you go to your health facility. Your health facility has a query tools. You click on it and then impute the query tools where you see convert latitude and longitude to geometry. So see it here. Update health facility, set June equal to mark points of latitude and longitude. So you do and you execute retrieving all data. So let's check. Then I'm seeing error, but let me check. Okay, the error is telling me that I've done it before. So if you do your own, this will appear exactly this. So you have your coordinates in latitude and longitude and combination of latitude and longitude. So you can view your data by clicking this thing that looks like Nigerian flag. Click on it, you see your data, see them here. These things are health facilities in Nigeria. So you have Owerri, see the health facilities here. I'm trying, so you see buildings, but you know this thing is open street map. Most times you will not really see the name of the hospital because it's very tiny. It's just like it's a point data. So see them here. This one is Ata. You know very well. And
Port Harcourt. Let's see for Port Harcourt.
okay, so let me look for, this is Port Harcourt. This is Rumodara. This is Elelewon. So it's so unfortunate that there's no hospital here. This is so bad. So there's no health facility in Elelewon. Jesus. Wow. It's so bad, sir.
As there is a primary healthcare center. There are clinics too. Is bank? I know there is no bank.
So why is there no, even in Oyubo there is no health facility? I think these things are data that was gotten from somewhere. So maybe it's not yet updated. So the whole Port Harcourt, I'm not seeing any data here. So see it here, the whole Port Harcourt, there is no data here.
Abi, could it be that the script you ran is focused on only Owerri?
No, it has other states. It's not just Owerri, sir. See Okwa West. Okwa West is in Abia State. See Bende, see Omahe too. See Ohofia. See Aguleri, which is Anambra. See Enugu State. Nsukka. Lokoja. Ekiti. So you see, it's not just Oyo State. Ilorin, Kwara. So this is for Nigeria, but I think you see here in Niger, I'm not seeing anyone here. So I think it's not the updated see Meduguri. It's not the updated data. But we are using it for just assignments or learning. This is Sokoto. So when you're done, you've seen your data and where it fell. The next thing to do is you can play around with it. You can retrieve for one particular state. Okay, maybe let's try it. Let's try for Imo State. Sorry, okay, yeah, let's try for Imo State. Go here, reload. So you're going to have data for only Imo State. So I'm not seeing any Imo State here. Which other states should we try? But there is no, I'm not seeing Imo State. But let me check. Let me check if we have Imo State here. So let's do for Bruno. Okay, so from here you see that the only data you have here is going to be Bruno. So if you see here too, I think Bruno has it's majorly on, it's going to only show you Bruno because you requested for one particular state. So maybe let's look at this data well. Let's look at this data well. So we have Bronu, we have Kitty, Oshun, Ondo, Kogi, Abia State. So you see, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe extra. We have Imo, 2. So these are just, they just picked 1 or 2 states and then combined it together. So I'm not seeing Port Harcourt. I'm still seeing Imo State, Abia State, and the rest of them. So you can play with these things. You can also create a buffer. You can do special joins and all that with PG admin. So now that we have our data in PG admin, the next thing to do is to move this data from PG admin or connect it to our QGIS. So this is the last place we stopped. Ma Mary, you're with me, right?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so you open your QGIS. I guess it's open by now. You go to your layer, go to add layer, go to post views layer. So now you have all those things. You have the browser, you have vector, you have raster, you have mesh, point cloud, and your package GPS, and the rest of them. You make sure that it's in post view SQL. You make sure that is here. So what do? You go to your new, click on new. The name is always postgres. Okay, your database, you go to your PG admin, look for where your data is. So my data is in postgis underscore 35 underscore sample. So that's what you impute here. Postgis underscore 35 underscore sample. So our SSL mode is always disabled. That's what he said. So we will have to run or test this data. Once it writes successful, then it will be successful. If you see unsuccessful or a red mark, you know that there is a problem somewhere. So you run it, it's writing successful. The first time I tried this, when you click on test connection, they will tell you to impute or put your your password, your username and your password. You already have your password when installing Postgres. So that's the same password you're going to put. When you put your password, you put your username. The username is the same thing with a name, with the name here. Once you're done, you test your connection. It's going to tell you connection to Postgres was successful. This connection is you've brought in or you've connected, or you were trying to connect the PG admin with QGIS. So when you're done with this, when you test the connection, they are telling you that your PG admin is ready to connect with GIS. So that's why it wrote successful. So when you're done, you go to your connect. So you have your public and your tiger. This tiger is the topology, remember, but what we used was the public. So you click on the public. You open it here. So this is the public, the health facility. Remember the table, the geometry, the points, and you click on it and then you connect. So when you click on it second time, now you think that once you clicked on the connect, there is a click here that is telling you that yes, you've done it successful. You add and then you close. So see it here in our QGIS. So these are the points layers, point data you got from the health facility. So this is it here. So the next thing to do is to export this data and then submit your assignment. So we've come to the end of our PG admin class. Ma Mary, do you have any question for this? So we can continue.
Bianca, I'll ask you question later. Thank you very much.
So,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
No problem.
thank you very much, Bianca. That was,
Well done, your powerful presentation. Well done.
yeah, and your time was like up a few minutes ago. So,
Jesus, sir, you just gave us 20 minutes. Why you guys used about 2 hours to learn?
So that's very unfair. That's very,
It's
very
so
unfair.
unfair. It's so unfair. We are staying with 2. You want to enter week 3 and you're saying your time is up. Just give me 20 minutes to run something that took us about 2 hours plus to learn.
it's a numbers game now. You just
Sir,
have
it's
only
not
Mary
just
there.
like last
The
week
other
too.
one,
Last week you did the same thing, and
Mary says
after
she will meet
after
you
fin-
later.
after
So since she's
after
already
you
meeting
used
you
two
later,
hours too.
Mary says she's meeting you later. So since she's already meeting you later, no need to be eating time here now. That's what I thought. So you guys, you can just meet later and continue in the later together. That's like what I'm just suggesting. So, that being said, in the entirety of the stuff we did today, are there like questions? And I'm so glad that nobody from data analysis indicated any interest or any challenge or difficulty. So makes things easier. Okay. So if there are no challenges, issues, or questions, no problem. So, um, Bianca, you can continue your thing on the call. Um, so yeah, thank you. That's what I wanted us to.
Touch on questions if there are any questions. But since there are no questions, we can continue. I'll just be assisting those on site here and helping them resolve whatever challenges or issues they have.
Please, I've been able to create some parts of what we are doing